The plane's autopilot controls the ascent. And then, 20 minutes after taking off, at an altitude of almost 35,000 feet, at Taipei Area Control, the flight vanishes from radar. Then suddenly, Flight 611's signals split apart.
The breakup is quite graphic.
On May 25, 2002, China Airlines Flight 611, a Boeing 747-209B, departed from Chiang Kai-shek International Airport in Taipei, Taiwan, en route to Hong Kong International Airport. Approximately 20 minutes into the flight, the aircraft disintegrated mid-air over the Taiwan Strait, resulting in the tragic loss of all 225 individuals on board. The victims included 206 passengers and 19 crew members. Among the passengers was Taiwanese politician Yu Ji-cheng and 2 reporters from the United Daily News. The accident remains the deadliest aviation disaster in Taiwanese history. Let's dig a bit deeper about this incident. China Airlines Flight 611 was a regularly scheduled international passenger service connecting Taipei, Taiwan, to Hong Kong, China. The aircraft involved, a Boeing 747-209B registered as B18255, had been in service for over 2 decades, having been delivered to China Airlines on August 2, 1979. At the time of the accident, the plane had accumulated 64,810 total flight hours and 21,398 total flight cycles. The aircraft was equipped with 4 Pratt & Whitney JT9D7AW engines and had a 355-seat configuration. Prior to the crash, China Airlines had sold B18255 to Orient Thai Airlines for $1.45 million. The accident flight was to be the aircraft's penultimate flight for China Airlines, as it was scheduled to be delivered to Orient Thai Airlines after its return flight from Hong Kong to Taipei. After the crash, the contract to sell the aircraft was voided, and Orient Thai replaced it with another 747. Only 4 passenger 747-200s were delivered to China Airlines, all from 1979 to 1980. The other 3 had been in full passenger service until 1999, when they were converted to freighters. They were immediately grounded by the Republic of China's Civil Aviation Administration, CAA, after the crash for maintenance checks. Turn Search 0. The Boeing 747-209B is a wide-body, long-range airliner known for its distinctive humpbacked design and 4-engine configuration. It was one of the most popular aircraft models for long-haul flights during the late 20th century. China Airlines, the national carrier of Taiwan, operated a fleet of these aircraft to serve various international routes, including the Taipei to Hong Kong corridor. Flight 611 departed from Taipei's Chiang Kai-shek International Airport, now Taoyuan International Airport, at 3:07 p.m. local time. The airport, located in Taoyuan City, serves as the main international gateway to Taiwan and is one of the busiest airports in the region. The flight was scheduled to cover a distance of approximately 800 kilometers, with an estimated flight time of about 1 hour and 30 minutes. On board were 206 passengers and 19 crew members. The passengers included a mix of Taiwanese nationals, expatriates, and international travelers, many of whom were en route to Hong Kong for business, tourism, or connecting flights to other destinations. The crew comprised 2 pilots, 1 flight engineer, and 16 cabin crew members responsible for ensuring the safety and comfort of the passengers during the flight. The flight's purpose was to provide a seamless connection between Taipei and Hong Kong, 2 vibrant economic and cultural hubs in East Asia. This route was particularly significant for business travelers, as Hong Kong served as a major financial center and a gateway to mainland China. The regular operation of such flights facilitated trade, tourism, and cultural exchange between Taiwan and Hong Kong. As the aircraft ascended into the sky, the crew and passengers were unaware that this routine flight would soon become a tragic event. Approximately 20 minutes after takeoff, as the plane was cruising at 35,000 feet, it suddenly broke apart over the Taiwan Strait. Eyewitnesses reported seeing the aircraft disintegrate into multiple pieces before plummeting into the sea. radar data confirmed that the plane had split into 4 main sections. The disintegration of the aircraft was a result of metal fatigue in the fuselage, which had developed over time due to improper repairs conducted 22 years earlier following a tail strike incident. This structural failure led to explosive decompression, causing the plane to break apart mid-flight. The breakup occurred without any prior distress signals or communications from the flight crew, indicating that the failure was sudden and unexpected. The rapid decompression and structural failure left no time for the crew to respond or for passengers to react. The wreckage of the aircraft was scattered over a vast area of the Taiwan Strait, making recovery operations challenging. Search and rescue teams, including military vessels and fishing boats, were deployed to locate and recover the wreckage and the remains of the victims. The recovery efforts were extensive, involving multiple agencies and spanning several weeks. The tragic event underscored the critical importance of adhering to proper maintenance procedures and conducting thorough inspections to ensure the structural integrity of aircraft. The investigation into the accident revealed significant lapses in maintenance protocols, highlighting the need for stringent adherence to safety regulations in the aviation industry. Following the tragic mid-air breakup of China Airlines Flight 611 on May 25, 2002, a comprehensive investigation was launched to determine the cause of the disaster. The investigation was led by the Aviation Safety Council, ASC, of Taiwan, with assistance from the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, of the United States, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, Boeing, and Pratt & Whitney. The primary objective was to uncover the factors that led to the catastrophic failure of the Boeing 747-209B aircraft. Initial examinations of the wreckage revealed extensive damage to the fuselage, particularly in the aft section. Investigators noted that the aircraft had disintegrated into multiple pieces, indicating a sudden and catastrophic structural failure. The absence of distress signals or communications from the flight crew suggested that the breakup occurred without warning. This led investigators to focus on potential structural issues that could have compromised the aircraft's integrity. A pivotal discovery was the identification of a significant crack in the fuselage, approximately 2.3 meters in length, located between the 2080 and 2090 stations of the aircraft. This crack was found in the lower rear skin of the fuselage, an area that had been previously repaired following a tail strike incident in 1980. The earlier repair involved the installation of a doubler plate over the damaged area, a method that did not adhere to Boeing's structural repair manual guidelines. This deviation from standard repair procedures was a critical factor in the development of the crack. As the aircraft ascended and underwent pressurization cycles, the crack in the fuselage expanded due to the repeated stress and pressure changes. Over time, these cycles exacerbated the existing crack, causing it to grow progressively larger. The continuous expansion of the crack weakened the structural integrity of the fuselage, making it increasingly susceptible to failure under the stresses of flight. The culmination of these factors led to explosive decompression, resulting in the aft section of the aircraft breaking off mid-flight. This sudden loss of the tail section caused the aircraft to lose control, leading to its disintegration and subsequent crash into the Taiwan Strait. The investigation concluded that the improper repair of the tail strike damage, which did not conform to established maintenance protocols, was the primary cause of the catastrophic failure. The findings of the investigation underscored the critical importance of adhering to established maintenance procedures and repair guidelines to ensure the structural integrity of aircraft. The failure to follow proper repair protocols in this instance had dire consequences, highlighting the need for rigorous adherence to safety standards in the aviation industry. The tragic disintegration of China Airlines Flight 611 on May 25, 2002, ignited a global discourse on aviation safety, eliciting reactions from media outlets, legal experts, and public figures. International media outlets, such as The Guardian, reported extensively on the disaster, highlighting the lessons to be learned from the incident. They emphasized the need for rigorous maintenance practices and the potential consequences of neglecting standard safety procedures in aviation. The incident underscored the critical importance of adhering to established maintenance protocols to prevent such tragedies. Legal professionals specializing in aviation law noted the potential for lawsuits against China Airlines and Boeing, focusing on issues related to negligence and liability. They anticipated that the investigation would lead to significant legal actions, aiming to provide justice for the victims' families and to hold responsible parties accountable. The legal community recognized the need for thorough investigations to determine accountability and ensure that such incidents do not recur. Taiwanese President Chen Shui-bian expressed deep sorrow over the loss of life, offering condolences to the victims' families and pledging to enhance aviation safety measures. He emphasized the government's commitment to preventing such tragedies in the future. Along with that, many public figures and celebrities expressed their shock and sorrow over the loss of life, with some sharing personal stories of those on board. Their reactions underscored the widespread impact of the tragedy and the collective grief experienced by the global community. The incident highlighted the profound effect such disasters have on individuals and families worldwide. The tragic disintegration of China Airlines Flight 611 on May 25, 2002, resulted in the loss of all 225 individuals on board. This devastating event not only claimed numerous lives, but also had profound implications for aviation safety and the airline industry. In the wake of the disaster, China Airlines faced intense scrutiny over its maintenance practices and safety protocols. The investigation revealed that the aircraft's fuselage had suffered metal fatigue due to improper repairs conducted 22 years earlier. This revelation led to a reevaluation of the airline's maintenance procedures and a commitment to enhancing safety standards. The incident underscored the critical importance of adhering to manufacturer guidelines and conducting thorough inspections to ensure the structural integrity of aircraft. The crash prompted legal actions against both China Airlines and Boeing. Families of the victims sought justice and compensation for their loss. Kreindler & Kreindler LLP, a law firm specializing in aviation accidents, represented several families and successfully settled 35 cases arising from the crash. The lawsuits highlighted the aging commercial aircraft fleet and the increased risk of structural fatigue, emphasizing the need for stringent maintenance protocols to prevent such tragedies. The disaster prompted a global reassessment of aviation safety standards, particularly concerning the maintenance and inspection of aging aircraft. The findings from the investigation into Flight 611 underscored the necessity for rigorous adherence to maintenance protocols and the implementation of comprehensive inspection procedures to detect and address potential structural issues. This incident served as a catalyst for the development of more stringent safety regulations aimed at preventing similar accidents in the future. The crash had a significant impact on public perception of air travel safety, particularly in Taiwan. The loss of prominent individuals, including a politician and journalists, brought the tragedy into the public eye, leading to widespread discussions about aviation safety and the reliability of airlines. The incident eroded public trust in China Airlines and, to some extent, in the broader aviation industry. Restoring this trust required transparent investigations, accountability, and demonstrable improvements in safety practices. In the long term, the crash of Flight 611 had a lasting impact on aviation practices worldwide. It highlighted the critical importance of adhering to maintenance protocols and the potential consequences of neglecting structural integrity. The incident led to the implementation of more stringent safety regulations and inspection procedures, particularly concerning the maintenance of older aircraft. It also spurred advancements in technology and training aimed at enhancing the safety and reliability of air travel. The aftermath of the China Airlines Flight 611 disaster underscored the profound impact that a single event can have on an airline, the aviation industry, and public perception of air travel safety. It served as a stark reminder of the critical importance of rigorous maintenance practices, adherence to safety protocols, and the need for continuous improvement in aviation safety standards. This tragedy emphasized the critical importance of proper maintenance and adherence to established repair procedures. It served as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of neglecting standard safety practices in aviation. One of the key lessons from this tragedy is the necessity for strict compliance with manufacturer guidelines during aircraft repairs. In the case of Flight 611, the permanent repair conducted in 1980 did not adhere to Boeing's structural repair manual guidelines. Instead of replacing the damaged skin or installing a reinforcing doubler plate as specified, a doubler was installed over the damaged area without fully addressing the structural integrity of the fuselage. This deviation from standard procedures compromised the aircraft's structural strength leading to the development of cracks over time. The incident highlighted the critical need for thorough and regular inspections, especially after repairs. Had the repair been conducted according to the SRM and followed by comprehensive inspections, the cracks that eventually led to the aircraft's disintegration might have been detected and addressed. This oversight emphasizes the importance of not only performing repairs, but also ensuring that they are executed correctly and followed by meticulous inspections to maintain the aircraft's structural integrity. Another significant lesson is the necessity for continuous training and awareness among maintenance personnel regarding the latest repair procedures and safety standards. The failure to adhere to established repair protocols in this case may have been influenced by a lack of updated training or awareness of the correct procedures. Regular training programs and staying informed about the latest industry standards are essential to prevent such oversights and ensure the safety of aircraft operations. The crash of Flight 611 had far-reaching implications for aviation safety worldwide. It served as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of neglecting standard safety practices in aviation. The incident prompted a re-evaluation of maintenance protocols and safety standards, leading to the implementation of more stringent regulations and procedures to prevent similar tragedies in the future. This global reassessment underscored the aviation industry's commitment to learning from past mistakes and continuously improving safety measures. In response to the disaster, regulatory bodies worldwide enhanced their oversight of maintenance practices. The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, and other international aviation authorities issued directives to ensure that repairs adhere strictly to manufacturer guidelines and that maintenance personnel receive adequate training. These measures aim to prevent similar incidents by ensuring that all repairs are conducted correctly and that aircraft are maintained to the highest safety standards. The key takeaway from the China Airlines Flight 611 disaster emphasized the paramount importance of adhering to manufacturer guidelines, conducting thorough inspections, providing continuous training, and maintaining stringent regulatory oversight to ensure the safety and integrity of aircraft operations. The disintegration of China Airlines Flight 611 was a devastating event that claimed the lives of all those on board. It underscores the paramount importance of rigorous maintenance standards and the adherence to safety protocols to prevent such tragedies in the future. Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.